Amazing chicken wings without all the grease and the oil. Today, I'm going to show you how to make the best baked chicken wings. Hi, my name is Christina. I'm with eatingonadime.com. Welcome to my kitchen. My sister Carrie and I are on a mission to teach real families how to make real food at home on a budget. And we like to show you little tricks on how to make all your favorites a little bit healthier, which is today I'm going to show you how to make the best baked chicken wings. So here in Oklahoma, football is kind of a big deal and it's almost football season, and nothing goes better with football than chicken wings. And of course, we want them to be as healthy as possible. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this recipe, and I cannot wait for you to make them for your next game day. Don't forget, I've linked the recipe in the description below, as well as all the utensils I'll be using to make today's recipe. First, you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's get the pan prepared. So you want like a baking sheet, hopefully rimmed if you have that. I call it a jelly roll pan. I'm going to line it with foil. You don't have to line it with foil. You can use parchment paper, or you could do none at all. This just makes the cleanup a lot easier. And I don't know about you guys, but the worst part about cooking for me is the cleanup. So I'm always doing these little shortcuts. So the pan is ready, and then get a wire rack. Now this is just my baking one I use to cool cookies on, and it works great. We're gonna put that right on top. We're gonna let the chicken wings sit on there while they cook, so it doesn't like sit in the own juices of the chicken wings. It can drip off and it'll allow it to get crispy in the oven. And then spray it with either a non-stick spray. Mine's an olive oil spray. You just wanna spray that rack just so they don't stick on there. Now let's get the chicken wings ready. So for this recipe, I'm using 3 pounds of what is called party chicken wings, or they'll be called like wingettes, drumettes, something like that. It's where they're disconnected and cut. So you have the little classic chicken wings like you would get at a wing store. It's not like the whole part of the wing and the thigh. Now mine came in a bag frozen, and I defrosted it out completely. You just want to pat them dry as much as possible with a paper towel. And this is just so the oil and the seasonings will stick to the skin. If it has all that moisture, it just kind of has a tendency to slide right off. So we want to get them dry here. Okay. I just want to show you up close what it looks like when you're buying these at the store. So they're the smaller pieces, and that's what you're looking. And I think it's the best when serving chicken wings. Once they're dry, it's time to season them. First, you want to start with a little bit of oil. I'm using olive oil. You want 2 tablespoons. You can use any type of oil that you like to cook with: vegetable oil, canola oil, peanut oil, avocado oil. I just always have olive oil on hand, so that's what I'll be using today. And then we need salt, pepper, and garlic powder. The oven's ready. That's good. First, we're going to start with about a teaspoon of garlic powder. I am almost out, so this is going on my list to get next time at the store. And then a teaspoon of salt and pepper. Now, I like to grind my own, so I just eyeball it, and it works great. But if you measure yours out, just measure a teaspoon. There's the pepper, and then I'm using pink Himalayan salt that I grind as well. It's just a little coarser, and I like the flavor it gets, so it's just a personal preference for me. Toss the wings as much as possible to get it coated with that seasoning and the oil. Now you want to take the wings and put it onto the wire rack on the baking sheet. And you want to do an even layer. Don't overlap them. Just because I'm on the video, I'm using my tongs. If you guys are at home, just go to town with your hands. Do whatever you want to do. You don't want them touching. You want enough room for the air to get around all sides. That's why we have that wire rack on there, so that when it's baking, the air can get all the way around them. Then put them in the center rack in the oven, and we're going to bake these for 45 to 50 minutes until they're nice and crispy. So they've been cooking for about 45 minutes, and I want them a little bit more golden brown like this. So I'm just going to cook them a few minutes longer until they're nice and crisp. So when the wings are almost ready, it's time to make the sauce. So you want to get a large bowl big enough to fit all of your wings in, and a clean bowl because the other one had raw chicken in it. And melt 1/2 cup butter in the microwave. I've just melted it. It was quick, easy. We're going to add 1 cup of red hot sauce. Oh, there's the wings. So you just want to add, I'm using Frank's red hot sauce and it tastes great, but you can use any that you like. And we're going to whisk this together to combine those 2 ingredients. And this makes just a quick and easy homemade buffalo sauce. Then once your wings are done, you're just going to use tongs and throw them right into that sauce you just made. And when you get your pan out, you'll see there's like standing grease in that pan. And that's why we put that wire rack on there, because these are nice and crispy. I can just tell with the tongs already that they are crispy. And we're going to toss them and get them coated in this delicious sauce. And with your tongs, just toss the chicken so that they all have the sauce on them. Ooh! Look how good they already look. You guys, these are so easy. And you don't have to fry them, so they're not deep fried in oil. And they're going to taste just as good. Okay, once I toss them, I'm going to let them set for a bit. They're going to soak up more of that sauce, and they're going to cool off a little bit so that we can handle them, because right now they're way too hot to handle. And then they're ready to serve. So I love serving them with a little ranch dip and of course some celery sticks. You can do carrots as well, whichever you prefer. Time for my favorite part, taste testing. This is going to be hard to do without getting it everywhere, but you know, that's just the way wings are. Delicious and crispy. So good. I'm going in for another bite. All right, friends, that's how easy it is to make delicious baked chicken wings at home. Now, the best part is you can easily switch up the sauce to make it your own. I'm doing like a classic homemade buffalo sauce. It's super easy and is always a crowd pleaser. But you could do like a honey garlic sauce. You could do a barbecue sauce. You could even make a variety. So when you're having your next football party, everyone can have a flavor that they like. All right, guys, don't forget, I've linked this recipe in the description below, as well as all the utensils I'm using. So if you had any question about something I'm using today, just make sure you check out that description first. All right, friends, I'm out of here. These wings are calling my name. Thank you guys so much for joining me today in my kitchen. And I will see you guys next time for an easy, family-friendly recipe. And until then, remember, eat at home by eating on a dime. Bye, friends.